Hey Nicole, how you doing? I have your running bubble man set up here, and excuse me if I'm a little stuffed up, a little under the weather, but I want to talk about your piece, and I want to get this to you. So what I have is I have it lined up here so you can see it in within the screen. And the first thing I want to mention, I want to talk about poster design a little bit. Whenever you get a poster design assignment, typically, and there's only really four kinds of posters. You're going to have, or four styles, I should say. You're going to have what would be considered a typographic style, a photographic style, an illustrative style, or some sort of a hybrid style between the three. And what we want to concentrate on this piece is an illustrative style poster. So what we're looking at here is a typographic style poster because you're featuring typography prominently in the piece. You've got this illustration of your running bubble man, but this is just, it's not even near complete, and I shouldn't say it like that. I shouldn't say it's not even near complete. I should say it looks great. It's worth cultivating. It's worth building the whole concept around the running bubble man. Okay, which means you'll have to cultivate this guy further because he looks pretty stiff. How do you do that? I would say a couple of different ways. You can take a image of a runner and take it out, mask it out of Photoshop and go over it with your pen tool and bring the path into Illustrator, or bring the image into Illustrator and just draw around the path of the runner. So just so it has that nice smooth movement as opposed to this really kind of rough, and I'm not saying make it realistic. I'm just saying this guy's kind of rough. I do like that he's a little bit primitive. I like that a lot, and I think you should preserve that, but I just think that he's just too rigid and he doesn't, he looks, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to work on that. I want you to work on the bubble concept as well. I'd like to see these bubbles flying off him, like he's really in motion. Not like streaks, but, like kind of like aerodynamically flying off and like he's really in motion. And I'd really like you to work this illustration much further. And that's what I want you to concentrate on for the remainder. The type will work. We'll get the type there, but I don't want the type, nor do I think it should be a prominent piece of this poster. It's dominating the poster, and this is, it is a vector illustration class. Typography class, I'd say, yeah, let's work on this type, but it's vector illustration, so let's work on this guy. I'd like to see more contrast in here. Work some black into the bubbles and maybe some contour into some of the bubbles, some different colors. And just really think about cultivating. I want you to do a lot of research, visual research. Maybe look at some Illustrator tutorials on different things that you see you might want to pursue. No pun intended. Pursue. Yeah, hilarious, huh? You know what I'm saying? There might be some techniques that you see online. And I, for one, am all for visual research. So, I would, that's my recommendation at this point. And that recommendation is basically based on the fact that, you're working towards your portfolio. One of the items in your portfolio that any hiring professional or any portfolio reviewer is going to want to see is an illustrative piece. So, when the department puts the requirements for the portfolio together, all of this stuff is taken into consideration as to what would be the best cross-section of work to show in a student portfolio. And the illustrative poster is one of those pieces. So I'm working towards that end. I'd like to meet that objective, and I'd like to nail that objective because I think this bubble man's a hot idea. So, okay, if you have any questions, get with me. I'd be glad to go over things with you. You can call me if you want, or whatever. If I haven't made myself clear, then perhaps I can clarify some things. But that's my recommendation. So, but other than that, I think good job on this guy. It's super interesting. And all right, looking forward to seeing where you're going. Good job. Thanks.